everyone, welcome back to Heart and Hustle Printing. Today,
Okay, ready, train, go.
what am I? Do I just say?
See?
How am I? I'm just supposed to know what to say.
Yeah.
You were saying it just fine. Tell him
He
exactly
told me
what you're gonna
no.
Say it.
do. Tell him what you're gonna do. Say welcome back to another video, guys.
We're doing the nylon, right?
In this video, we're going to be pressing some Gimme5 white and some B-Flex nylon.
Isn't it the same thing?
No. Can you see?
No, Gimme5 white and Gimme5. I mean, isn't the B-Flex?
Nylon is
Just say
different.
B-Flex nylon.
Okay, so B-Flex nylon and Gimme5 white.
Yep.
Okay, ready? Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. That's it. Wait, do I say heart? Now I forgot. Hi everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Trinity and this is Heart and Hustle Printing. In this video, we're going to be pressing some B-Flex nylon and some Gimme5 white. With the B-Flex nylon, we are going to be putting it on some nylon bags. And then with the Gimme5 white, we are going to be pressing it on some Next Level t-shirts. If you're interested in seeing how this is going to turn out, stay tuned.
As you guys have heard, we're going to be pressing the Gimme5 white. So maybe you guys have heard some rumors out there that the Gimme5 white is not working for them. I'm going to show you today that with the right pressure settings, this thing will cut and weed with ease. So what we're going to be doing in this video, so as you can see behind me, we have the Vinyl Express QE6000, the Cricut Maker, and the Cameo 3. So we're going to be using all three machines to cut all the different images, just to show you that with the right pressure, this stuff weeds with ease. So with the nylon material, we already have a bunch of these images already cut out. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the last three. We're going to use the Vinyl Express, the QE6000 that I have back there, to finish cutting these images right here. But the rumors are about the Gimme5 white. So once we get ready to cut this, I think we have 4 or 5 shirts that we're going to do. So we'll have enough to do one on each cutter so that I can show you, again, with the proper settings, this stuff will weed pretty easy. All right, so right here we have the nylon white. And as you can see, a lot of people are iffy when they come into the store to buy this because it looks like a baby blue or whatever. But that's just the carrier sheet on this. If you actually look at this bag that we've already done with the nylon, look at that. It's white as white can be, right? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to stick this in the cutter. I already have everything set up to cut this. We're not going to go in and film the screen or anything like that, but we will show you the settings that we're using for this on the QE6000, right? We're using the speed of 15, force of 12 with the Vinyl Express. QE6000 would be the same thing as the Graphtec. So if you're using the Graphtec cutter, speed of 15, force of 12, and then whenever I put the white in here, I'm going to use the exact same settings for that. So you don't have to adjust your settings with these two right here. So we're going to go ahead and start to cut this right here. It's in. Right, so now that we got the nylon complete, right, we were cutting a 20-inch roll, so we have this one here, and then we adjusted this one to over here. But for the Gimme5 white, it's 15 inches, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and we're going to move this over here to this pinch roller right here, and then we'll have to adjust this one here in a second. So if you're cutting a 12-inch, you would go to this one, 15-inch, you go here, 20-inch, you go there, right? So we're going to go ahead and load this on the back, feed it through. We can move this one out to where we need it. Once we got it, we just lock it in place. We're going to measure it from left to right, and then it's going to go to the front of the vinyl, and it's ready to cut. So let me show you the next image that we're going to be cutting. All right, so here's the image that we're going to be cutting right here. The first one that we're going to do, we're going to be cutting it on the QE6000 or the Graphtec, whatever you have, right? So let's go ahead and cut it on this one. All right, and then like I said, speed of 15, force of 12. We're not changing the settings on this. All right, and then remember we are pressing HTV, so you have to mirror your image, right? So once you mirror it, you can go ahead and send it. After we cut this one, we're gonna cut one on the Cameo next, and then we'll cut one on the Cricut Maker. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna set up the Cameo now and cut one from there.
We're going to be using the Cameo 3 Business Edition to be cutting out this image right here with the Gimme5 white. Whenever you're lining up your Gimme5 white, you want to start at the 0. And once you got it in place, you're just going to lay it down. And then you're going to line it up right here. And then press load. Now you're going to come over here to send. And now you're going to see your image outlined in red, and that will be what is cut. And then you're going to be doing a force of 12, a speed of 5, and a pass of 1. And then we're going to flip the image and send. And then when your image is done, hit unload. Now we're going to go to the Cricut Maker.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into the Cricut Maker. All right, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. Here's our image, it's ready to cut. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna go ahead and click Make It. Once we click Make It, we're here. We are doing HTV. So right here is where you would mirror it. So you're gonna come over here, click mirror, and as you can see, the image is now reversed, right? So then we're gonna hit continue. We're gonna wait. All right, and then we're gonna come over here and click all materials. And then you can go to your categories here. We are doing vinyl, so you can click that. And then you can see we are pressing matte vinyl. So that's what we're gonna be doing right here. All right, so underneath vinyl has a whole bunch of other stuff that you can cut with. Once you find the stuff that you are cutting, you can always make it your favorite by clicking the little star over there. So, right, so we're gonna click the matte vinyl, and then we're gonna hit done. And then this one, unlike the Cameo and the Graphtec or the QE6000, by the material that we just picked, it already knows the settings. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and load our vinyl into the Cricut and then let it cut. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to load the vinyl in here. We're going to hit the arrows. It's a lot quieter than the Cameo, I'll tell you that. And then we're going to wait for the little Cricut symbol to light up. And then we're going to hit it and send the image. Alright, and then once your image is done, hit the back out button, and there it is. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to weed all of the nylon white first. But I want to show you, here's the ones that we cut. So here's the one, I labeled it. This is the one I cut with the Cricut. This is the one that I cut with the Cameo. And this is the one that I cut with the QE6000. Just so I can show you that with the right settings, this stuff's easy to weed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to use our B-Flex weeder right here, and we're going to start with this. I'm going to show you how easy this stuff here is to weed also. So check this out. I'm just going to pull it from the bottom. Once I got that, check this out. So if you're not getting this result right here, whenever it comes to doing this, then you're doing something wrong. Of course, when you get here to the U, it's not going to come out as easy because of this cavity right here. But if I pull this out, I pull out this Y, look at this. you can see how easy this stuff should be if you're using the right settings. So if your vinyl is not cutting, then you don't have the right settings. As long as you're using the settings that you're supposed to use, you'll get a perfect cut. So as you can see, the carrier is like a off blue, but you can tell that the vinyl is white. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna weed the rest of these so we can get this out of the way. All right, so that's all of them weeded. As y'all saw, I weeded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I weeded all 7 of those, and there was no problems weeding any of them. Like I said, as long as you're using the right pressure, right? So whenever you send your image, the cutter doesn't know what it's doing. The cutter only knows what you tell it to do. So if your image is messed up, the cutter is only going to cut what that image is set to cut. So if the image isn't the same as it used to be and something's different, it's going to cut whatever you put in that program, right? So make sure your image is right. Make sure you got the right settings. You'll get a perfect image and a perfect weed. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to weed the ones that were in the video that they say could not weed right? So we're gonna go ahead, weed these with the Cricut, the Cameo, and the QE6000 and see how they all came out. All right, so here we go. We're gonna turn our image over, right? And then we're gonna weed the weed box on the outside of this, right? So here is our weed box. I like to go from left to right because what it's going to do is as you're weeding it, any of the cavities, so say you got a C, you got a K, you got an E, whenever you're doing that, it's going to pull it all out of there. So you'll see that here in a second when I start to weed the inside of this. So the inside of this right here is where the letters are at, and then these are going to be boxed. So see this right here? You can see this, how easy this is weeding. All right, no problems with it. As long as, like I said, as long as you got the right settings, no problems. Look at that. All right, so there's our first one right there. And unless I did something different, you shouldn't have any problems when it comes to weeding this. That's how easy this stuff is to weed right here. So we got this one done. This was with the QE6000. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is the Cameo. I cut this piece off right here because I didn't put a weed box around it. So let's go ahead and start with that right now. So you guys remember the cutting or the cut settings that we use on this? I don't remember because I did 3 different machines, but here we go right here. So we're gonna weed this. Let's see how this stuff goes. All right, like I said, from left to right, you shouldn't have any problems with weeding this stuff. Again, this was with the Cameo this time, and I'm getting the same result as I did with the QE6000, right? I didn't do anything different. Everything's weeding nicely. Right, so this one, no problems weeding it. You guys saw me weed it with the Cameo. So we got the QE6000, the Cameo, and now we're gonna weed the Cricket, right? So let's go ahead and do this one. Same thing with this one, I didn't put a weed box around it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut along the line of this. Right, again, this one is the Cricket. There it is right there. So let's go ahead again and start weeding this. Again, a nice weed, no problems. None of the vinyl was sticking. None of the vinyl skipped over with a cutter. If you're using a stepper motor, you might have that problem. With the Cameo, the Cricket, and the Graphtec or the QE6000, the Vinyl Express QE6000, none of those problems, right? All right, so there it is. You guys saw it. We cut one with the Cricket, cut one with the Cameo, and we cut one with the Vinyl Express QE6000. And as you can see, we had no problems cutting or weeding any of them, right? No problem at all. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and start pressing the nylon bags first. After we press the nylon bags, we'll press these shirts and see how they come out.
So first we're going to be pressing these bags at 295 degrees for 12 seconds. Make sure you press it on the front. You could tell the front from the back with the knot. The knot is the back. Then we are going to be putting a Teflon pillow inside the bag. If you want to find these Teflon pillows, you can find them at thevinylstand.com. We'll put the link down below. So in this package, you'll get a sleeve. And then you'll get the one for the chest piece. And then you'll get a 10 by 10. And then you'll get a 12 by 15. So again, if you're interested in this Teflon pack, you can get it in the link below. So we're going to be using the 12 by 15 because of the knots and the string at the top, so we can get an even pressure. The next thing that we're going to do is put the drawstrings under. We're going to get our image, center it, and press it. After I press it and release it, the carrier sheet will lift from the vinyl. So as you can see, it's lifted from the carrier sheet and it's a hot pill. And as you can see, since we use a Teflon pillow, we got a smooth press. So what we're gonna do now is press the rest of them.
Alright, so now that we got all the bags done, we're going to be doing our shirts, 285 degrees for 4 seconds, alright? Alright, so when it comes to putting your image on here, you can eyeball it, 3 fingers underneath the collar, you can put your image there, or if you'd rather use the T-square, you can always use the T-square, right? So you put your shirt on here, we'll measure from this seam to this seam, and it should be about 10 inches. You'll come 3 inches down. That's where you would put your image, and then you could just center it how you want, right? It's all up to you on how you want to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the eye right here. The eye is the middle of this whole image, right? So what I'm going to do, come 3 to 4 fingers underneath the neck there. Put it in place. This presses at 285 degrees for 4 seconds. But what I need to do is I need to adjust the pressure on here because we're using the Teflon pillow. And on this, we're not using the Teflon pillow. So we need to add more pressure to this. And by doing that also, I just pre-pressed my shirt to get any of the moisture out of it. So, all right, we're good. We're gonna put our image on there. Just like that. 285 degrees for 4 seconds. And it's a warm pill. So as soon as I press this, the beeper will start beeping, letting me know that it's going to get ready to open. Alright, so as soon as it comes up, you don't have to wait. You can go ahead and peel it right off. Alright, so then if you want to, it's up to you, right? We're good there, but if you want to, you can repress it. And then when you repress it, you don't have to use a Teflon sheet, right? So you can just go ahead, press directly to the vinyl. And as you can see, there's no sticking, no nothing like that. We got a perfect press out of this. Make sure you have the right temperature, you have the right pressure, and you'll have no problems whenever it comes to pressing this. Your second one, get the lint roller, get any of the lint off of it. Pre-press. Grab your image. Always make sure that you weeded everything out of here, that you don't leave nothing in here, so that you don't have to go back and remove anything. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on there. Just like that, press it. As you can see, we got a good image. We'll go to the next one. Alright, so that's it. I just want to take you guys through the process of pressing this B-Flex nylon right here. And then again, we press the Gimme5 white, right? So with the proper settings and the proper pressure and heat time, you should not have any problems when it comes to cutting, weeding, and pressing this stuff, right? As you guys saw, not only did we use the QE6000, we used the Cricut and we used the Cameo. We did 3 different machines, all just about the same pressure of 15, different speeds, because all of them do different speeds. As you see, the QE6000 flies through the cut. The Cameo takes a little bit longer. The Cricut takes a little bit longer. They both take a little bit longer, but they all get the job done. Like I said, proper settings, you'll have no problems with this. All right, so whenever I took over the store 6 months ago, first thing I did is I wanted everybody to have business shirts, company shirts, whatever we want to call it, right? So here's one that we made 6 months ago, right? There it is right there. That's the front, and here's the back, right? So this has been washed every week for 6 months, right? So, and as you can see, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not coming off. It's perfect, right? 285 for 4 seconds if you're using the Gimme5 vinyl, right? This stuff right here was 295 for 12 seconds. So last I want to say thank you to Trinity, next generation of Heart and Hustle printing. And then what I want to do now is I want to show you the next generation after the next generation of Heart and Hustle printing. So hold on. There is the 3rd generation of Heart and Hustle printing. He don't even know what's going on right now, but he's going to be printing soon. So I just want to introduce you guys to the 3rd generation, Jay Sean Andrew Holmes. He doesn't even know it yet, but he's going to be out here printing, running around his shop before we know it. So thank you guys for watching another one of our videos. And until next time, keep pressing. 3rd generation. Whoop.
Oh my God.
Got him on camera.